Hi. So I can't believe I'm finally about to say this, but I completed my personal growth project and now I'm ready to share with you what I've learned and a basic summary of everything that encompassed this. So, first things first, is the skill that I decided to work on, and this was a 7-minute mile. And the reason I selected this is because I have always been that kid at PE class who was in the back of the line and who nobody wanted to partner with because you're like, good God, this girl cannot run to save her life. I mean, I was doing like a 14-minute mile, which I have to tell you is not very good, especially for a young person. And I was like, now I'm kind of changing things. I've gotten in really good shape. I work out all the time. Why aren't I running? Why aren't I incorporating running into this? And what would a good time be? So I decided and I talked with my peers and I talked with people that I really trusted who are, rampant runners. And they were saying 7 minutes is a pretty good mile time and something you should strive for. So I was like, you know what? We're going to do the 7-minute mile. So I've decided to do that. And it's pretty much my life goal. And I really needed someone to help me push that and to make sure I accomplish it. So I decided to take on a mentor. And the person I decided was Christina Hoy, who happens to be the most in shape person I know. And now that I've run with her quite a bit, I have to tell you, I think that Forrest Gump should watch out because this woman can run. So, and she's also my best friend. So it was a really, really fun experience. And the reason I selected Christina is because Christina's a really interesting person. From the outside, you would never know this, but Christina struggles really, really a lot with type 1 diabetes. And she was diagnosed when she was a junior in high school, and she thought that for the rest of her life, she was going to just have everything ruined. She was not going to be able to run or work out or do anything a normal kid can do. And she was like, hell no. I am going to continue doing cross country. I'm going to push myself and I'm going to make sure that I can continue to live the way that I have. And she just totally inspires me. So I was like, this girl is going to be my mentor and I'm going to be like her because I want the same motivation and dedication that she has because she doesn't care what it is. She does not let diabetes define her, but she makes it a part of who she is and pushes forward with it and is so proud of the fact that she has it and thinks that if she didn't have type 1 diabetes, she might not have continued running today and might not be in the best of shape as to what she is. So, she has said quite a bit about me and has given me a lot of feedback. She said that at first I wasn't as willing as she thought to try the running thing. I was like, I got this, Christina. I don't need to do your stretching. I don't need to do your warming up or your weird movements or anything. I know how to work out. And I was totally wrong. And she said if I was more open at the beginning, we would have gone a lot faster and I would have become a lot faster in my running if I would have listened to her at the beginning. So she said I needed to be a little bit more open-minded and a less opinionated at the beginning. But I took her feedback, and by the end, she said that I was the perfect mentee. So I even had her write it down to make sure that everybody would believe that. So apparently, I'm the perfect mentee. So also, after we kind of went over this feedback that she gave me, I was trying to connect what I did in this to the class that I just took. And after this, there was 5 important things from the class that really helped bring this experience. And I thought if I didn't take this class and learn these 5 things, I wouldn't have had the same effect. So the first thing was actually from Module 1, and this is reflective listening. So listening is following the thoughts and feelings of another and understanding what the other is saying from their perspective. So I took what I learned after the run, that I needed to listen and then I needed to stretch more and everything. I took the suggestions of what Christina said and I let her know and I acknowledged that I knew this. And then I kind of reflected back on the thoughts and feelings that she expressed from her feedback. And I made this the checking out process after each time that we met. So after each run, she would give me her feedback, and then I would listen to it, and I would let her know that I heard and I understand what she said. I took time to reflect on her thoughts and feelings, and that what I understood 100% what she said, and how I'm going to apply that for the next time. And this really worked for me, and I learned that I was a really good reflective listener, and this is something that I want to do in different parts of my life, because without that aspect and that challenge ending part, I don't think I would have learned the same thing. A second thing that I learned was from my Clifton Strength Assessment, and that is competition. Woo! So I learned I'm a super competitive person, but I consider that a strength. And that was my number one strength, actually, because I'm intrinsically aware of my performance. And by doing that, I'm aware of what other people are doing. And that's how I base myself. So no matter what I'm doing or anything, I want to strive to be the best version I can be. I'm not doing it just to accomplish it. I'm doing it to win. So if I did not outrun Christina or did not run the same distance as her, I did not think I was doing such a good job. But I think that was a really good thing though, because I was able to, I would say 100% of the time, keep up with her. I finished with her. It might not have been as fast, but I finished with her. And that competitive drive really helped me do it. The third thing was from the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator Test that I'm 47% extrovert. So I took the energy from the outer world and I energized it into making it a social experience. I made this run something social, something fun, and a collaboration I was able to do and party on with some jam music with my girl Christina. So I learned that if I do something that's really fun in an extroverted way, I accomplish it a lot better. And the fourth thing is from the Global Leadership Foundation that I took, and I got a score of 7 for the self-awareness. So I used the principle of emotional self-awareness to identify how much time I need to allot to running and the thinking process behind the running to actually accomplish it in a practical way. So I was able to recognize my emotions and how they would affect me and make a good decision with Christina to how to train me to accomplish my 7-minute mile in a comfortable way. And the fifth thing I learned was empathy. And empathy is the ability to experience and relate the thoughts and feelings and experiences of others. Christina, because of her diabetes, had to take a lot of breaks. There was a lot of things she had to do. She had to test her sugar, her blood, and everything. And I was able to reflect how she was feeling, understand it, and factor that into how we were going to run and be together. So that's a little bit about the 5 things that make clear connections of how I connected the course to this experience with Christina. So I learned about myself that I'm a really dedicated person and I'm very goal oriented. Christina and I set a goal and we accomplished that goal. I'm going to use this in the future because I'm going to use this approach with my students in the classroom. I'm going to set a goal with them. I'm going to treat them with empathy. I'm going to use my my strength of competition to compete with my other teachers to make sure that my kids perform the best. And I'm going to use my dedication to complete that 7-minute mile with my students to get them on grade level. So I'm going to use that with my leadership ability because I learned that I'm a situational leader. And no matter what the situation is, I will adapt myself and the factors and the goals and everything to make it something comfortable for my followers. And in the future, when I'm going to be a teacher, I need to lead my students and I need to make it so that they're comfortable and able to accomplish their goals. Because I completed a 7-minute mile multiple times, and I believe anybody can do it. This was such a great experience, and I'm so proud of myself and so thankful to my mentor and to this class that allowed me to do this. And I had a wonderful semester, and I can't wait to get that 7-minute mile, maybe to a 6:55. But we'll see. Once again, thank you so much, and I am just so happy I was able to have this opportunity. Bye!